Hey everybody. Okay, so today we are going to do a DIY, which I don't do a lot of DIYs. It's kind of like I want to be a Ferrari person, but I'm not. I'm more like a Jeep. So you know that you're that kind of person. But I used to do a lot of DIYs and they were very time consuming and they were not my thing. So now I typically just buy, like I was making my own laundry soap. Now I just buy Young Living's Thieves laundry soap and it's amazing, right? Same thing for cleaning solutions and products. I mean, this is like my number one thing, right? The Thieves Household Cleaner. So we're going to do a DIY today and it's going to be fun and it'll be all right. Because I do use this and I have a funny story about it. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Melissa Edens. And when I first started with Young Living way back at the end of 2012, we had a lot of different leaders who were doing classes like this one that were just like 20 or 30 minutes. And they were super quick, super easy, a little bit of fun, and very, very, very useful to newcomers like me. Well, those leaders have kind of exploded in their own teams and their own growth and their own stuff, and they've moved on to new projects. Well, my group decided that we needed to have some of those classes again for our own friends and family, and we wanted to extend it out to everybody else. So here we are. So anyway, so Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays at noon Eastern, 11, 10, 9, depending on where you are in the lineup of the United States. And if you're overseas or in Hawaii, I'm so sorry. I don't have those calculations in front of me, but message me if you really need help with it. And we'll talk. So what we're going to make today is a Thieves Scrub, right? So what it's for is for things like scrubbing your bathtub or scrubbing the stuff on your, you know, the stuff that sticks on your sinks or whatever, right? So, and I have a cute little lid cover here, but it's backwards in my camera. So I'm not gonna, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you at the end. My voice is never working when I need it to. I'll show it to you right way at the end so you can kind of see what's in it. But we'll do a little parade here of what we have. All right. We have, of course, our Thieves Household Cleaner. Woohoo! We'll use a little bit of that. We have, now the original recipe calls for lemon and pine oils. So here's my lemon and here's my orange because I like to add orange. Because, you know, who doesn't? And I'm going to be honest, my house is in a complete uproar because we are going through every box, bin, bag, drawer ever. And so my oils are all in one bag. And so in the interest of time, I didn't pull out my pine because it got to the bottom of the bag. And so I pulled out evergreen essence instead because it has pine in it. But anyway, so the point is though, this one is mostly for smell and not as much for, but it does have the qualities that we need, right? So a pine evergreen type oil will do. Okay, so here's my funny story, and we actually have some more stuff too, but do you see how empty this jar is? This jar, you guys, I had put in our bathroom. I'm trying to see if it has how big is it? It doesn't. I'd put this jar in our bathroom and it says Thieves Scrub on the top, and I'd put it in there for helping keep the bathroom clean. So anytime I got out of the shower, I would take a minute and I would take a little bit of scrub and I would clean some part of the bathroom, the sink, a toilet, part of the tub, whatever, that just looked kind of gross and needed to be done, right? That was this. And this was probably about half full, maybe a little more. And I came in and it was almost empty, like you see it now, which is why we're doing this today. And I looked at my 21-year-old who was standing there and I said, "Did you use this?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I was using it on my face." I was like, "On your face?" And he's like, "Yeah, isn't it like an exfoliant? It says scrub." And I'm like, "No, it's supposed to be for cleaning. That's why it says on the label for toilets and sinks and whatever." And he's like, "Huh, I wondered why it was not very, you know, why it didn't, you know, why it wasn't very harsh at all. I was waiting for it to be a little bit harder than that." So anyway, we got him a appropriate skin scrub. He does like the Young Living skin lines, but that's why we're doing this today. So the other thing that we have is vinegar. We have a great big bottle of vinegar over here. Now this is apple cider vinegar. Most people are going to use white vinegar. It really doesn't matter. So we're using apple cider because that's what I had downstairs. And I get this in the big bags at like Walmart or online because we use so much of it. a huge, enormous bag of baking soda. And we'll pretend that this is not the label that it is. And you can just like sanitize for no advertising purposes, right? I have no vested interest in that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take first our baking soda, and this is about a half a cup scoop. Half cup, you can't see that, I'm sure, but it's there. It'll be backward if you can. We're gonna take a half a cup scoop of baking soda, and we're gonna put it into a bowl. Now you're gonna notice that my bowl is really big. This is a 4-cup measuring bowl. And the reason it's really big is because, as you might remember from your junior high science class, right? When you mix vinegar and baking soda, it bubbles up, right? Okay. You can see the 2-year-old here deciding to try the baking soda. He thinks it tastes yummy. Don't ask me what's going on there. It tastes yummy. We put peace and calming on him right before starting because he was in an absolute 2-year-old moment. You can see that he is doing a little better now, like literally screaming on the floor, people. Okay, so here is our Thieves Household Cleaner. Here's our cat. Now, Thieves Household Cleaner is so amazing, you guys. If you've never ever tried it, you really need to. However, we are going to use it in our scrubby. In our half cup here, we're going to put about 2 caps because I'm a fan of overkill for some things. It's going all over the place. So we're doing about 2 caps. Now I'm going to show you for comparison what I usually put my Thieves Household Cleaner in. Usually I use this great, oh, now he's trying to spit out the baking soda. I use this great big spray bottle. Now this spray bottle is 32 ounces. You can see that it's about a little more than, not quite twice the size of the Thieves Household Cleaner. So 1 capful will do a 14-ounce bottle of Thieves concentrate, like spray cleaner for cleaning your house, right? So what I do, I'm just showing you because I have this here. What I do for this bigger 32-ounce bottle is I do like 2 big squirts. It's about 2 capfuls, right? I don't measure. 8 kids, people. Who has time for that? Okay. So I'm measuring today because I know that when I'm making my Thieves Scrub here, and then you fill it with water, which I'm not going to stop to do. But I know that making my Thieves Scrub here, if I don't measure it, somebody somewhere is going to say, how many drops? So that's why we're measuring today. Okay, so now we're going to do our oils, right? Just fill it a little bit. My 9-year-old's going to fill it because he's awesome. And I'm going to tell you, total side note, when your children have their heat too high when they're making their eggs, purification helps get the smell of burned egg out of your house. We use that regularly. So here's our pine evergreen essence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now again, we don't need 15 drops probably, but I'm a fan of overkill. Only one. You should not be doing your own peace and calming. Yeah, a little bit, put a little bit right there. Oh, he wants to put peace and calming there. Okay, 1, 2, ooh, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. Thanks. He put in about 5 drops of peace and calming. It's going to be very nice cleaning up our bathrooms. Everybody's going to be in a good attitude. Thank you. Scrub. Again, 8 kids. Okay, put the lid back on for me. You put it on? You can help me with this one. Thank you. Part 2 is shoe shelf. Okay, so now we have our peace and calming in there. Now we're going to do, which is a total additive, but I'll let you know later if it turns out that it helps people to more calmly clean up the bathroom. And now we have lemon. We're going to do about 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? We'll sweep it up. Now we're going to do orange. More parts that were forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And at this point, it looks like a badly made snow cone. Okay. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's see. See all the different colors? Okay. So you notice though that it's really not wet enough to, like, we're going to kind of stir that all in. And it's still going to be pretty powdery dry. And if you're a baker at all, if you do any kind of cookie making or anything like that, then you're going to know that this is going to be kind of like that when you mix your butter in, right? So you have like the little pebbles, that stage. Woo-hoo. Okay, so we're gonna mix that around. I'm trying to decide if the evergreen essence and the peace and calming really go together as a calming smell. You know, whenever you got oils in front of you, you gotta sniff them and see what happens. Okay, so now this is about where we're at. See there? It's still kind of dry and crummy, and we kind of want it that way. You can see from our older one here that it's not really, it's not drippy, right? It's pretty dry. All right. Then when I use it, I want it to be dry in the jar because I'm going to use kind of a damp rag with it, right? Okay, so here is our bottle of baking not vanilla, of vinegar. It's not vanilla, it's vinegar. Anyway, okay, so we're going to put, we're not putting a lot in here. We're actually only going to put about 2 tablespoons to start. We're going to go really slow, and I didn't want to go too much, so I put it in my measuring cup. So we're going to pour it in. This is about 2 teaspoons or tablespoons. And we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna mix it up, and that wasn't quite enough. It's still pretty dry. So we're gonna put in about another 1 or 2 tablespoons. Okay. We're gonna go really, really slow. And of course it's fizzy and bubbly, and that's okay. See how fizzy bubbly? And we're gonna mix it up. And if we have to, let's say we put in a little too much, then we can always add some more baking soda to kind of thicken it again, right? So that's what we're gonna do. I made it a little bit wetter than I wanted. So we're gonna have the 2-year-old here help us put a little bit more baking soda in. Can you put some in? Use your hands, put it in. Oh, perfect. Now one more. One more.
We got a little bit of a technical glitch earlier, and we were not able to finish with the final recipe and everything, but I wanted to take a minute and show you kind of what the consistency is going to be when you're done, and then I'll also put on the screen the exact recipe that we used so you can make this for yourself at home because it's really amazing stuff. So as you can see, this is our final thing, and I think this is about 1/2 cup, and you can see I have it on a wash rag here to keep it from getting all over, but it's still a little moist, but it's definitely grainy, and it packs in kind of, right? So it's not really super dry either. And so when you use it, you're going to take your wash rag and get a little bit damp on the corner or whatever, because this is going to dry out even more over time and get kind of packed in there. And you're going to be able to just kind of scoop it out then and rub it all over, rub it on your sink or whatever, and then rinse it right down the drain, and it won't have any ill effects on your pipes whatsoever.